Hello everyone. This week is Online Safety Week at George Salter Academy, and I am the Online Safety Lead. My name is Mr. Callahan. This assembly is all about conduct and privacy. So let's get started.
So let's talk about conduct. What does it mean? So conduct means the personal online behavior that increases the likelihood of or causes harm. For example, making, sending and receiving explicit images. For example, consensual and non-consensual sharing of nudes and semi-nudes and or pornography. Sharing other explicit images and online bullying. And basically, what this means is online threats, bullying, misuse of personal information on social sites, sending, receiving, and sharing explicit and or inappropriate media. It's all about your conduct online and the risks you take by doing these things. So let's talk about taking risks. No matter what activity you do, there's always an element of risk. Crossing the road, eating some crisps, sitting down on a chair. Crossing the road, we always look both ways. Eating crisps, we always chew carefully before we swallow, otherwise we could choke. We always make sure that the thing that we're sitting on is sturdy, so it doesn't break. We need to think about these things in an online capacity as well. So this is especially true for being online. Any site or app that you use has an element of risk. Ofcom in 2022 surveyed a lot of children, and more than a third of them said that they admitted to taking risk-taking behaviour online. So what risks can you think of when you're online? If the video gets paused now for the next 2 minutes, we'll have hands up just to see what risks that you can come up with. So let's have a look at this image here. What is the risk with sharing this image? Hands up, anybody? Okay, so we have a GSA logo and the GSA logo on the blazer. So we got easily traceable school logo and the building in the photo. The user has not set her account to private. Anyone now knows where the student will be and can find out what time school closes to follow them home. It's very, very important that you set all of your apps, especially social apps, to private so that people can't trace you. Your conduct and risk. Things that you post, images you share, and how you behave online all go towards your digital footprint. Everything you do online can be tracked. This can have negative consequences if your conduct online is bad. All of these news articles underneath were people who have been fired from their jobs because of things that they've posted on social media. Now, obviously, we're not saying that you're going to get fired from your job because you're all students, but if you post negative things about the school, for example, or negative things about someone else that goes to this school, and it can be traced back to you, the consequences are going to be quite severe. Just remember, if it's not something that you would share with a family member, it's probably not worth sharing online. So let's have a look at some more conduct and risk-taking behaviour. The images that you can see on the screen are about bullying. Online bullying can take many forms, and your conduct with other people online has consequences. Now, unfortunately, the news article that I've put on the screen here is about a boy who was driven to suicide by bullies, and unfortunately this is not uncommon, where the victim of the bullying feels the only way out is to take their own life. Now, this is probably the ultimate consequence, and this is why we take it very seriously at the school, because we don't want these kind of consequences to happen. So what do we mean by the term online bullying? Online bullying takes many forms, and the words that you'll see on the screen are examples of online bullying. Exclusion, deliberately leaving someone out. Harassment, sustained, constant, and intentional bullying. Outing, deliberate act to embarrass or publicly humiliate someone. Cyberstalking, using the internet to contact or meet up for sexual purposes. Fraping, when someone logs into your accounts and pretends to be you and posts inappropriate content in your name. Fake profiles, fake accounts made to hide real identity with the intention of cyberbullying. Dissing, sending or posting cruel information about someone online. Trolling, deliberately trying to provoke a response through insults or bad language and conduct. And catfishing, stealing someone's identity and pretending to be them, usually for sexual purposes. So let's have a look at online disinhibition. Remember that just because you're behind a screen, it doesn't make it any less real. Sending a message online is the same as you speaking to someone in real life. How would you behave speaking to someone face to face? There are a lot of examples online that you will see, mostly in YouTube comments or comment sections on websites, where people feel like that their opinion This has become an issue in recent years due to comment sections or DMs or comments on people's posts on Instagram, Facebook, any number of apps, where people feel like that just because they're behind a screen that they can get away with not having a filter or not worrying about the context or the conduct that how they're behaving online. You need to realize that when you comment on something or about someone or to someone, that just because you're behind a screen doesn't make it any less real for the person who's reading that comment. And again, just like the example I gave before, if it's not something that you would say to a family member, then don't say it to someone else. WhatsApp. Have you set your WhatsApp profile settings to private? My guess is that most of you haven't. Do you know everyone in the groups that you're in? It's really easy, if you don't have your WhatsApp settings set to private, that anyone can invite you into any group regardless of who's in there. So you might know one person in a group of 20 people, and those 20 people can say and do anything that you might not like, but now you are a part of that group. So you need to be careful of the groups that you can be sent into, and you can change that and have more control of that by setting your settings to private. Most cyberbullying that we receive in the school arrive because of WhatsApp. And it's exactly for that reason. Someone might know somebody and invite them into a group, and that person doesn't know everyone in the group, and bad things are said, and then it turns into a whole issue. And all of this can be avoided by setting your settings in privacy to secure. And remember, your conduct on any apps have consequences. So in our academy, we use a program called Smoothwall. Now, what this program does, and we have had assemblies on it, it will monitor everything that you do on our computers. If you type something in that is offensive or has bullying connotations or sexual content, terrorist or extremism, or just general risks, it will flag, and we will be told where you are, your login details, and the room that you're in. Now, it also key logs, so it doesn't even have to be something that is on the screen. If you just press it in the keys without it coming up on the screen, it will also flag. So from April to September last year, you can see on the left-hand side, we had 5 offensive users, 10 vulnerable persons, and the list goes on. From September to this month in February, we've had an increase of the amount of events that have been flagged. So you need to remember that everything that you do in school is being monitored. We need to get this number down. Likewise, these are the amount of incidents that have been brought to safeguarding. So you can see for cyberbullying, for the year of 2020, we had 2 cases. In 2021, we had 8. and in 2022 we had 14. So this is something that is rising. And like I said before, the main reason for this is because of WhatsApp groups. So please be careful online. We also need to make sure that your conduct is exemplary, both in real life and speaking to other people online. Our digital safeguarding incidents in 2020 was 22. In 2021 it was 48. And so far this year we've had 26 cases. So again, this is something that is rising year on year. So please remember that if you have any issues with anything that happens online, remember that there are people and places that you can speak to. Either me or anyone in the safeguarding team. And we have the SHARP system on the website. Online incidents in the school are taken with as much seriousness as anything that happens around the school. And if you have any issues or have noticed a friend having issues, please report it, either on your behalf or on theirs. So this video is a roundup of everything that we've just said.
The internet is a great place to do research for school. Share pictures with friends, play video games, or check out the latest trending videos. But it's important to remember that there are billions of people who access the internet, and not everyone has good intentions when doing so. You should think carefully before you share personal information, pictures, or videos on the internet, even if you think it is private. Nothing on the internet is completely private. It's a good rule of thumb not to put up anything that could embarrass you later. If you wouldn't want your grandmother to see it, then don't post it. And don't share private information with people you don't know. Trust your instincts. If someone approaches you online and makes you feel uncomfortable or in danger, stop communication with them immediately. And tell a parent or another trusted adult. It's best not to meet in person someone you've only met online, even if you've been communicating with them for a long time. They may not be who they have told you they are, and it could be dangerous. If you do decide to meet someone from online, it's best to meet them in a public place and to not go alone. Always take a friend along just to be safe. And let someone else know exactly where you are going and who you are going to meet. Bullying someone online, through email, social media, text messaging, or any other website or app is called cyberbullying and is still a form of bullying. It's often better to block, delete, or try to ignore bullying messages than to respond to them. If that doesn't work, getting help from a parent, school counselor, or another trusted adult might be a good idea. That's especially true if the cyberbullying contains threats. Remember to always keep your personal information private. Check your privacy settings to make sure that only your friends can see what you post. And never, ever share your passwords with anyone else. The internet could be a wonderful place to explore. Just remember to stay safe while doing it.
So just as a quick reminder, I'm going to take you through all the places that you can access help online through the George Salter website. So the first one is the SHARP system, and this can be found on the website. If you go to quick links, you will see the SHARP system, which will take you to the website, and then you can make a report. And then you can send all the information that you have to the school. So as it is at the top, remember you don't have to put your details in unless you want to be contacted. So you could put anonymous in the name if you wanted to keep it anonymous. Put your year group in. Again, this is optional. Telephone number and email are all optional. And then there's a drop down menu for what this is about. And then you have a space under here to fill in what the issue is, and then you can send that, and that gets sent to the school. So if I go back to the George Salter Academy website, another area that you can access is this one, which says CEOP, and this website is the Child Exploitation and Online Protection website. Now this will give you all the information that you need to know about online sexual abuse. You can also make a report It has the information for Childline and information for your age range. And it also has information for parents and carers. Another link here is the report harmful content link, which takes you to the reporting harmful content website. And again, you can report anything that you see online with any of these websites. So if you're on TikTok and you see something that is in any of these categories, you can then click here. It will ask you, have you reported it to the website themselves? If you click yes or no, it will take you to this. And you just fill this in, and then this company will get in touch with the app that you're reporting about to get that content removed. So I hope you found that useful.
Thanks for listening, everyone. I hope you found it informative. Please remember to stay safe online and remember that your conduct has consequences. Bye.